Yeah. So you've played with a ton of great players. Give me your starting five of teammates.
Oh,
I know.
His starting five might not lose a
It's
game.
all Hall of Fame. It's all Hall of Famers.
don't do that to me. You know what? I got KG at the 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Champion.
Now, I believe Rondo should be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Rondo, what he did with the Celtics, I believe he should be in the Hall of Fame. But I got KG. I got Braun.
Right.
I got damn.
Shout out to Rondo. Rondo, you gotta come.
Shout out to Rondo, man.
Come on the show, Rondo.
I got KD. I got Braun.
Okay.
Oh,
That's yeah.
KG, Braun, KD. I gotta throw Paul in there, man.
Okay.
I didn't see people hear Paul now, right? The crazy Paul. My God, love him to death. But Paul was a problem,
He
man.
was a
bucket.
Yeah, he
Paul was a problem. Shaq gave him that name, the Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Paul arguably had, and I'm going to name my last one. I'm thinking about it right now. Paul arguably had the greatest individual run in like, for his NBA history in his postseason. He went toe-to-toe with a prime Joe Johnson. Anybody know Joe Johnson, know what Joe Johnson was bringing.
Yep.
Then he went toe-to-toe with Braun. All right, won that battle. He went toe-to-toe with however you want to name it, whether it was Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey. He was the leading scorer in that series. And then he topped it off, Celtics, Lakers, and he went toe-to-toe with Cole.
Yeah.
And came out with the Finals MVP.
did it, yeah.
So Paul's in there. I didn't see P be too clutch too many times. But if you have all that, then you got to have the perfect point guard, and I got to put Rondo in there.
Okay.
Rondo's
No
probably
disrespect to Russ, but I got.
I wanted to hear who he's gonna get, either Russ or Rondo. But
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with either one.
Shout out to Doe.
Yeah, with that type of talent, Rondo's
Yeah.
like really the perfect one to fit that.
Right. Yeah.
It was hard for me to leave Ray out of there.
Yeah, especially with that spacing, that 3-point shooting.
Oh, Jesus Shuttlesworth, like he may not come when you want him, but he's always on time.
No,
That's
yeah.
Ray.
What would I want to dive into some of the stuff we was talking about before we started recording. What would be some of your advice for people that's the young folks, whether it's pursuing basketball, whether it's pursuing media, whether it's just finding themselves? You know what I mean? You was talking about a lot of things that go on in our community and the upbringing and trying to be quote unquote real and standing on business versus getting shit done. And I just want somebody like you who's done both, successful as NBA player, champion, 14, 15-year career, one of the best high school basketball players in your class, and now killing it in media, a father, you know what I mean? Like black excellence. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what's crazy is I always tell people, and even at our network now. So I pop up on the TV screen. I just be wanting to say NBA analyst. Like the player was in my past life, and I have so many regrets because I feel like I could have done more. Right. So I look at this opportunity and I want to take it to another level. So I'm like focus on this new chapter. Kobe inspired everybody to focus on the new chapter. Like Kobe, life after basketball was about to be bigger than his actual basketball
Absolutely.
life.
100%.
And that's some
Grammys
crazy
and
shit to think about. Think about it. Like Kobe about to have 3 statues, 2 jerseys retired, right? So I think about who's in your life and who you look up to. Like who's going to mentor you. And I was telling you guys earlier, and I'm going to say it right now, Stephen A. has been a hell of a mentor to me and a big brother to me when it comes to stepping into this space. Since a youngin', when I first got in here, like 4 years ago. And he did an interview, and it went over people's head, man, and it's so crucial. He said, I wake up every day to see how to make my boss's money, and then I see how to get some of it. So who are you following, right? It's a smart businessman. Who are you following? And then it's like I don't need to be rolling up a blunt or smoking a blunt saying, man, I'm a real one, man. Tap in, I'm a real one. I'm doing it for the culture. What culture? What example are you really setting? You know what I mean? Like, what example are you really setting for the youth out here, right? For our next generation of kids. That's why I be so pissed off at guys that are in the league today, right? That are making $50, $60 million a year. Because you know what? They had some guys before them that had to pay the way for them to make that.
Yeah.
Right? Guys had to stand on business. So it's like, who are you looking up to? And then if you want somebody to look up to you, at least really put it in their face what the real world is about. Like, how can you be successful? Especially as a black man. How can you be successful? I don't wanna be real to who's not doing nothing with his life, that's still posted up on the couch firing up blunt after blunt after blunt, but ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
Right.
So why should I want your approval? And why should your approval matter to me? You see what I'm saying? And when we have these grown people out here doing this stuff, and right now you can't hide your kids from social media.
Yeah.
My 7-year-olds, I got twins, a boy and a girl. They got TikTok. Right? My 16-year-old, he got all the social media. My 12-year-old got all the social media. You know what I mean? But I'm cool with it because I'm able to have, I'm so authentic. It's just what it is, right? And a lot of people go judge everything that you may do and say, oh,
Always.
I may do it a different way.
Yep.
Like my 16-year-old got 5 tattoos. But before he got his first one, he said he wanted his first one for his birthday when he turned 16. So I said, give me a reason on why I should let you get a tattoo.
Yeah.
He said, you got yours at 16. I couldn't even argue with him. Right? I couldn't even argue with him. But he's such a good kid. He's bringing home straight A's. You know, he's doing everything. He's not disrespectful. He's standing on business. And so I'd rather teach my kids or have my kids be open with me about stuff because I want to be able to drop my children or whoever I have an impact on their life. I want them to be able to go anywhere in the world and adapt.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning adapt, be a leader, not a follower. Followers is the ones that get in trouble. It's just like a game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
right? Like, it's a game, you have your top dog or whatever it's called, right, your leader, then all of a sudden everybody that's under the leader end up in jail or dead.
Yeah.
So why are you not being your own leaders? Go set the positive example. But it just blows my mind. I get tired of I'm a real when I'm doing, like, real about what? Why are we still throwing that even around?
What would be, me and KB are both newly fathers. What would be some fatherly advice that you would give us as young men who are just now stepping into?
2 girls too.
Two
we
girls.
both
Oh,
having, yeah.
I got a daughter.
Yeah, mine is 3 months.
Yeah.
How old is?
Avery's about to be 2.
It's amazing. You know what? Having kids change how you view the world, right?
sure.
I do too.
You remember that saying they used to have before we all had kids? It was like, you don't know how it feels until you have a child.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a real saying.
That's facts. Yeah.
Because you view the world differently. Like, everything about that child changes you. You know what? I mean, and this is not even like golden advice. This is something that y'all probably already feel already. Like, you have a child, you automatically put yourself last.
100%.
Because everything you do now is for your children.
Yeah.
Everything you do. Everything you do is for your children. If you married, it's going to be for your children and your wife. But everything you do is for your children. And you know how I know you feel that way? The worst fear in the world for a parent is one day having to bury your child having to bury your child.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it's an honest conversation. That's my worst fear. You know what I mean? So I would just say, man, you know, love that child, be open, and it's a fine line because you know, I was raised by my grandparents. My mom was shot and killed when I was 5 by a best friend. So I was raised in an old household with, like, you know, old soul. So I grew up quick. And it's different now, right? You got to have that balance with your child, where you're their parent and somewhat their friend.
Yep.
Because they're going to be exposed to too much in the world. You know what I mean? You can't hide nothing from them.
Yeah, you can't teach them everything.
Yeah, and you don't want them like going behind your back. You want them to be open with you and not afraid to come talk to you. So that would be my biggest advice.
Yep.
Yeah. I appreciate
And I know they're young right now, but
Yeah.
them,
It's gonna be
like,
flat.
Yeah,
It's
gonna
fly.
fly fast.
Time flies.
And girls mature faster than boys. So like,
Time flies. You said some real shit. My mom used to always tell me and my siblings that, like, she used to be like, I want y'all to bury me. I don't want to bury y'all.
I'm telling you,
That's real.
it's the worst fear in the
That's
world.
real.
and I definitely do agree with that. You want your kids to be like comfortable with you, to come talk to you. Because the last thing you want them to do is not feel comfortable talking to you, and then they end up in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Could have
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
child.
I would say,
But you still want that parent was like, they know not to with you.
Yeah,
sure.
for
Yeah.
sure.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Pick them James, how they wear, I pull up long range. No, Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA on ESPN time.